Here we go. Ho, ho, ho. All right, everybody. Let me fix IG here real quick. Welcome to the 94th edition of Englishing with Jings. I'm your host, Brandon Lobshire. I apologize for the delay. Things happen sometimes. What can I say? But we're here to present our 94th edition, which is Christmas around the world, or Xmas around the world, as some people like to write it. This should be a merry conversation. But before we get to the fun, it's time for our weather report. Okay, today's weather report. We will start in Singapore. Okay. Looks like lots of rain in Singapore. Yikes. Okay, today's weather report is 33 degrees for high, 24 for low, mostly cloudy, 63% chance of rain. Tomorrow, we have a high of 32, a low of 25, a stray afternoon thunderstorm, 55% chance of rain. Tuesday, we have a high of 32 degrees, a low of 25, some rain and a thunderstorm, 87% chance of rain. Wednesday, a high of 32, low of 25. I see a trend here. With a passing afternoon shower, 55% chance of rain. Thursday, we have a high of 31, a low of 25. It's pretty much the same every day. Cloudy with a stray thunderstorm, 80% chance of rain. Friday, New Year's Eve, we have a high of 31, a low of 25. Some rain and a thunderstorm, 83% chance of rain. Saturday, we have a high of 31, low of 25. Cloudy with a stray thunderstorm, 80% chance of rain. Sunday, we have, by the way, that was New Year's Day. Sunday, we have a high of 30, a low of 25, stray thunderstorm. In the afternoon, 81% chance of rain. Monday, we have a high of 31, low of 25, couple of thunderstorms, 86% chance of rain. Tuesday, high of 31, low of 25, rain and a thunderstorm, 91% chance of rain. Wednesday, we have a high of 30, a low of 24, cloudy with a couple of thunderstorms, 86% chance of rain. And then Thursday, we have a high of 30, a low of 25, cloudy with a thunderstorm, 80% chance of rain. Okay. That brings us to our second city that we're sharing weather with. One moment. Okay, almost there. We will be sharing. Okay, here we go. Kathmandu in Nepal. Okay, today we have a high of 16, a low of 5, sun followed by clouds, 25% chance of rain. Tomorrow we have a high of 16, a low of 4, rather cloudy, 12% chance of rain. Tuesday, we have a high of 16, a low of 7, a little afternoon rain, 56% chance. Wednesday, we have a high of 11, a low of 5, cloudy and cool with showers, 94% chance of rain. Thursday, we have a high of 16, a low of 4, warmer, a little evening rain, 57% chance. Friday, New Year's Eve, we have a high of 17, a low of 4 with sunshine, only a 1% chance of rain. Hello, Boyd. welcome to the show. Today's subject is Christmas around the world. Okay, on Saturday in Kathmandu, we have a high of 18, a low of 4, plenty of sunshine, only a 1% chance of rain. Sunday, we have a high of 17, a low of 4, with plenty of sunshine again, 0% chance of precipitation. Monday, the 3rd, we have a high of 18, a low of 5, mostly sunny. Tuesday, we have an 18%, we have 18 for the high, 6 for the low, mostly sunny. Happy Unwrapped Day. Exactly. Happy, well, we'll say merry day after Christmas. Hello, Celia. Welcome to the show. Why can't I wave to Celia? Okay, whatever. Strange. What did I do? Tuesday? Okay. Wednesday, a high of 18, low of 6, mostly sunny, 8% chance of rain. And Thursday, we have a high of 18, a low of 6, an afternoon shower in spots, 40% chance of rain. And that's going to do it for our 94th edition of the Weather Report. Okay, next up we have horoscopes. Who's ready for horoscopes? Nancy, welcome to the show. Merry Christmas. Good to see you. What do you think of the spooky floating Santa head? Huh? A little tricky? Like the rose-colored cheeks? Okay, guys, we will get to the Christmas, but first we have the weather report and vocabulary. No, horoscope, I'm sorry. Okay, let's get to horoscopes. All right. First, we start off with Aries, of course. All right, Aries, this week you're looking ahead to possibilities. Aries, you're in the starting block. This week begins with Mercury in Capricorn. Anything is nothing. Okay, Nancy, I agree. In your house of reputation, making a sextile to Neptune in Pisces. Listen for your astrological sign, guys. Maybe there's good fortune this week for you. Today, you could be basking in glory. You could receive compliments on a gift that you gave or an excellent meal that you made. Aries, you could be king of the grill or the hostess who rivals Martha Stewart. Today, others are complimenting the good job that you've done. With Mars in Sagittarius in your house of travel, makes an inconjunct Uranus in Taurus in your house of spending. Getting from one place to another is challenging and potentially costly today. Trying to penny pinch on a cab ride or trying to get out of airline luggage could end up costing you in other ways. That said, it's good to ask for a discount wherever you go today. All right, Aries, look for the discounts. All right, next up we have Taurus. All right, Taurus, getting that things that used to bother you now seem par for the course. This week, Taurus, you see personal growth. This week begins with Mercury in Capricorn in your house of travel, making a sextile to Neptune in Pisces in your house of friendships. Today, you could be spending time with people that you really care about. Taurus, there's laughter and fun as you play a board game, watch a favorite comedian, or share a dessert and a bottle of wine. It's moments like these that make all your hard work worth it. How do you celebrate at Christmas? Party with your family? Nancy asks. Absolutely. That's 100% what we do. We wake up in the morning and we open the gifts that Santa brought us, of course. And then, we watch Christmas movies, and then the entire family gathers for a big dinner. And then usually at the end of the night, more Christmas movies. That's Christmas. And Don't forget the wine. Plenty of wine. All right. With Mars in Sagittarius in your house of investments, making an inconjunct to Uranus in your own sign of Taurus. How do you celebrate the Christmas, Nancy? You know, I heard something really interesting yesterday. I guess in Japan, everybody buys KFC and they eat KFC on Christmas Day. That's new for me. All right. With Mars in Sagittarius in your house of investments, making an inconjunct to Uranus in your own sign of Taurus. Gyrations in the market could leave people around you jittery, even if you don't have stocks. You do understand finances and how disruptions on Wall Street can ripple down to Main Street. At the same time, you also realize this could be a buying opportunity. Give yourself some time today to find some bargains in the investment world. Okay, so Taurus, invest. Nancy says, just at home eating hot pot. Hey, that's great. Alone, Nancy, that's not good. I mean, the hot pot part is good, but you should be sharing that hot pot with somebody that you love. Christmas is gathering with friends and family. Next year for sure. All right, on to Gemini. All right, Gemini, you have a choice this week to follow others or follow your heart. This week, with Mercury and Capricorn in your house of investments, making a sextile to Neptune and Pisces in your house of popularity. Today, there's quite a temptation to chase after an investment, more investment stuff, or hot stock, or hot pot, if you're Nancy. All the cool kids on Reddit could be talking about some new leveraged investment or some obscure security. Now you're tempted to join the gang, but watch out for peer pressure today, as Neptune can make things seem more appealing than they really are. Oh, Nancy, you're making me sad today. I'm sorry. Okay, next year, you're going to find that soulmate. I'm going to make a prediction right now. It's true. Okay, with Mars in Sagittarius in your house of relationships, making it, listen to your, I don't know, I can't remember which horoscope you are, Nancy, but listen, there could be some really favorable advice. Making an inconjunct to Uranus in your house of dangerous liaisons. You could have a romantic encounter that is unexpected and possibly forbidden. Gemini, this might not be something you initiated, but it feels too tantalizing to pass up. An ex-lover could show up looking very fine and have a little bit of time on their hands before you follow the Pied Piper. Consider what you have at home. Okay. All right. I lost the page. Okay, on to Cancer. You are attracting some interest, attention this week, Cancer. Everyone seems to want to know what you're up to. This week begins with Mercury and Capricorn in your house of relationships, making a sextile to Neptune and Pisces in your house of formal commitments. Now that you have introduced your sweetheart to friends and family, you might get questions about the future. Someone could ask when you're going to change your relationship status on social media. Cancer, your grandma won't have any question or qualms about asking when you are going to set a wedding date. That's what grandmas do, right? Okay, on Tuesday with Mars in Sagittarius in your house of work, making an inconjunct to Uranus in your house of technology. Today, don't forget to save your work. Be careful if you have an open cup of coffee near your laptop. Be aware the dog could get tangled in the cables and pull your monitor off your desk. Today could be a day of mishaps, especially around technology. Cancer, this is a good time to check twice to make sure everything is secure. When I take a drink of coffee, my face goes crazy on IG. Okay. On to Leo. This week, you could be faced with temptation. Leo, there are sweet choices ahead. This week begins with Mercury in Capricorn in your house of routines, making a sextile to Neptune in Pisces in your house of obsession. You might be off sugar, yet that box of candy seems to be calling you just after you finished off a plate of decorated sugar cookies that your mom sent. Today, Leo, it could be tough to avoid temptation. All right. On Tuesday, in your house of romance, makes an inconjunct to Uranus in your house of work responsibilities. Today, your sweetheart might want to play, but you have work you have to do. You could be called in for a last-minute shift or be filling in for someone on vacation. The bottom line is that your plans for fun might need to be scuttled. Leo, the best thing to do today is try to be flexible and make adjustments. Okay, fair enough. On to Virgo. This week, romance can be sweet and possibly a little naughty. Virgo, you could have a good time. This week begins with hearts here. And this could have the desired effect of giving you a romantic adventure. Virgo, this could be an afternoon of sweet delight. All right, with Mars in Sagittarius in your house of dwellings, makes an inconjunct to Uranus and Taurus in your house of contracts and just the home. Virgo, you could tour a tiny house as a salesperson is ready with contracts. Get ready to do some haggling. Today, it's all about negotiation. All right. On to Libra. Excuse me. This week, you're deciding what stays and what goes, Libra. You are discerning. That'll be vocabulary for one of these weeks. Okay, this week begins with Mercury in Capricorn in your house of home and family, making a sextile to Neptune in Pisces in your house of routines. Libra, you might decide that there's too much stuff in your house. You can gather up what you no longer use to sell on Facebook Marketplace or to send to a charity shop. You're clearing out the old and making space in your life for the new. All right, with Mars in Sagittarius in your house of communication, making an inconjunct to Uranus in Taurus in your house of banking and debt. Today, it's quite easy to get your wires crossed, and you could accidentally hit pay balance rather than paying the minimum, leaving a real dent in your checking account. Or maybe you've missed a payment entirely. Libra, you could be scrambling to make sure that debt is covered. Or you could be helping someone else cover their debt. I don't like that word, debt. All right, guys, on to Scorpio. This week, you're weighing options with the family. Scorpio, you have resources to draw from. This week begins with Mercury in Capricorn in your house of communication, making a sextile to Neptune in Pisces in your house of children. You might sit down with your kids for a long discussion. With younger children, maybe you'll play games together, seeing how they deal with choices. Older children could tell you about their future plans for careers and where they want to live. Scorpio, this could be an eye-opening day for you. All right, with Mars in Sagittarius and your house of money, making an inconjunct to Uranus and Taurus in your house of partnerships. You and your sweetheart might not see eye to eye on a major purchase or whether to lend money to a family member. Some compromises will be needed so that each of you feels your opinions have been heard and respected. If you run into resistance today, go slow. Scorpio, you will be able to negotiate a deal. All right, on to Sagittarius. All right, this week you could change your thinking. Sagittarius, you're always open to new ideas. This week begins with Mercury and Capricorn in your house of cash money, making a sextile to Neptune and Pisces in your house of foundations. The amount of money you bring in is specifically tied to beliefs you formed early in life. If you keep hitting your upper limit, a breakthrough is necessary. This is a good day to examine your ideas about money and earning potentials. Sagittarius, you can dissolve limitations. Sky's the limit. All right, with Mars in your own sign of Sagittarius and in your house of confidence, makes an inconjunct to Uranus and Taurus in your house of work. There could be an opportunity at your job that is outside your comfort zone, but provides the challenge and visibility you need to get ahead. This is a good time to lean in and let your boss know you'll take the reins. Sagittarius, it might be necessary for you to sell your boss on the idea, but it will be worth it. Okay. Up next, we have Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, this week you're climbing towards success. Capricorn, you're reaching new heights. That's a good start. This week begins in your own sign of Capricorn in your house of constitution, making a sextile to Neptune and Pisces in your house of movement. Capricorn, you might be hiking, climbing, or biking. You could be at the gym on the climbing wall or in spin class racing against the clock. Today, you have the energy and a chance to break a sweat. So they're telling you to go work out. Okay. On Tuesday, with Mars in Sagittarius in your house of secrets, making an inconjunct to Uranus and Taurus in your house of romance. Someone could reveal that they have a crush on you. Now you might feel quite awkward around them. Capricorn, you'll have to sit them down and have a discussion about the future. But first, you need to decide whether you want to pursue this potential relationship. All right. On to Aquarius. This week, you're helping others and improving yourself. Aquarius, you're embracing change. That's so nice. This week begins with Mercury in Capricorn in your house of rest and recuperation, making a sextile to Neptune in Pisces in your house of comfort. Aquarius, you might be sleeping in today. You could spend the day in your holiday pajamas and those new slippers your sister gave you. Today's a day to be comfortable. Turn off your phone, shut off email notifications, and listen to what the universe has to say. All right, with Mars in Sagittarius in your house of community, making an inconjunct to Uranus and Taurus in your house of nurturing. You might be braving the cold to go help others. It's likely you'll be expending some effort today. Aquarius, there could be limitations because of weather or logistics. And everything you do takes longer than you expect. But by the end of the day, you feel satisfied and connected to others on a deep spiritual level. Nice. And last but not least, Pisces. This week, people are happy to see you, Pisces. Wherever you go, you bring joy. That's nice. You might be traveling from one Someone shouts your name as you come in the door, reminding you, Pisces, how welcome your visit truly is. Sounds like Pisces is really loved. What's up with that? Okay, on Tuesday, with Mars in Sagittarius in your house of career, making an inconjunct to Uranus in Taurus in your house of paperwork and communication. You might be bogged down with a full email inbox. Pisces, there's an endless scroll of email chains to read. I hate that. You wish you could hit the delete key for the whole stack. It's a good day to find ways managing incoming emails and clearing out your inbox. That would take me like a month. I think I have like 25,000 emails. I should have maybe organized that a long time ago. All right. That's it for the horoscopes, and we're on to our vocabulary, Christmas vocabulary, people. I hope you're ready. All right. As soon as my team's ready, it's time for the 94th edition of vocabulary. But I still see the horoscope screen. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, here we go. Number one vocabulary for Christmas around the world is joyous. Joyous. Say it with me, everybody. Joyous. Very good. Okay. Joyous is an adjective, and this means full of joy. Easy, right? If you're full of joy, you are joyous. Okay. On to number two, and probably everybody's favorite part of Christmas, presents. Presents. Not presents. That's a different word. Say it with me, everybody. Presents. Perfect. Okay, presents are a noun, and it is something that is presented to you, such as a gift. Gift is very synonymous with present. Or to make a gift to. Okay. Easy enough. On to number three. And this is who I am on IG today, Santa Claus. Say it with me, everybody. Santa Claus. That's right. All right, Santa is a noun, of course. This is a plump, white-bearded, red-suited old man in modern folklore who delivers presents to children at Christmas time all around the world. Regardless of religion or beliefs, Santa probably comes to your country. Okay. On to number four, we have mistletoe. Mistletoe. Say it with me, everybody. Mistletoe. Nancy, you need some mistletoe at your house. You're going to find out why. Mistletoe is a noun. Okay. Oh, don't tell me it doesn't say why. Aha, here we go. This is a European green shrub with thick leaves, small yellowish flowers, and waxy white gluttonous berries. And the old, we'll say, belief about the mistletoe is you hang it in your house, and the couple has to share a kiss when they're under the mistletoe. That's tradition. Exactly, Celia. It's a very good tradition. So if you're ever under the mistletoe, be expecting a big kiss. That's what it's all about. Okay. Number 5, we have Yuletide. Yuletide. Say it with me, everybody. Yuletide. Okay, Yuletide is a noun. Well, I'll get right to that. Boyd, give me 1 second. Yuletide is the Christmas season. That's it. We can use Yuletide instead of Christmas season. Okay, Boyd asks, what's the weirdest gift you have ever received? Ooh, that's a good question. Weirdest gift? I don't know that I've ever gotten anything weird. That's going to require some thought. Oh, God. Okay, I do have one. Such bad memories. And maybe, I don't know how old you are, Boyd, but this was back in the 1980s, late 1980s. My mother decided to buy tickets for a concert that was the New Kids on the Block. Okay, this was like, old school K-pop in the United States. And I thought those tickets were just for my sister, but it turns out she bought tickets for me to go to, which that was not my genre of music, that's for sure. But I had to go because otherwise my mother would have been mad. So yeah, I received tickets to go watch the New Kids on the Block. That was pretty weird, I think. And I was not happy the whole concert. That's for sure. All right. I can't believe I just admitted to that. All right. Number 6, we have carols. What's the weirdest gift you ever received, Boyd? Your turn to be embarrassed. Carols. Say it with me, everybody. Carols. Okay. Okay, carols are a noun, and this is an old round dance with singing, a song of joy or mirth, a popular song or ballad of religious joy. Carol. All right, on to number 7, we have feast. Feast. Everybody needs to have a Christmas feast. Say it with me, everybody. Feast. Oh, Boyd, I'm sorry to hear that. You received nothing this year? Yeah, that's pretty weird. I have to admit, I'm sorry. I think that's my fault. I'm Santa. What the hell? I forgot. Please forgive me, Boyd. Next year, you get two presents. 2. I promise. All right. Feast is a noun. This is an elaborate and usually abundant meal, often accompanied by a ceremony or entertainment. Something that gives usual or abundant enjoyment. Or a periodic religious observance commemorating an event or honoring a deity, person, or thing. Wait a minute, Boyd. Were you good this year? Because if you were naughty or bad, you were on the list to get nothing. I'm just saying, that's how it works. If you were good, you definitely get 2 presents next year from Santa. No doubt about it. All right. Number 8, we have stockings. Stockings. Not feast, stockings. There it is. Say it with me, everybody. Stockings. Very good. Okay. Stockings are usually a knit close-fitting covering for the foot and leg, a giant sock. Why do we have stockings for our vocabulary? That's a very good question. A very let's just say a very long time ago, that was the tradition for Christmas. You would leave your stockings hanging on the fireplace, and Santa would fill your stockings with candies and little games. Boyd, you might be right. Boyd says probably Santa is still under quarantine. That's why. It's possible. It's definitely, all it takes is for one elf to stray and leave the North Pole, and he brings back Omicron. Not good. Not good. You could be correct on that. But you know what? I'd hate to break it to you. Santa definitely stopped by our house. So maybe somebody filled in for Santa. This is always possible. Maybe there's like 10 Santas. I mean, I always wondered how he covers so much ground in such a short amount of time anyway. So these are all just conspiracy theories, of course. All right. On to our next tradition. Tradition. What's your tradition? Say it with me, everybody. Tradition. All right. Tradition is a noun. It's an inherited, established, or customary pattern of thought, action, or behavior, such as a religious practice or a social custom. Tradition. Okay. Number 10, we have goodwill. This is what the holiday season's all about. Goodwill. Goodwill. Say it with me, everybody. Goodwill. That's right. Okay, goodwill is a noun. This is a kind, helpful, or friendly feeling or attitude. Goodwill. A kindly feeling of approval and support. And cheerful consent. That is goodwill. Everybody should have goodwill all year, but that's not likely to happen ever. But most people have goodwill during the holiday season. Most, I say, not all. All right. On to number 11, decorate. Decorate. Say it with me, everybody. Decorate. Okay, so I asked what your tradition is, and Boyd says eating turkey with stuffing inside, gingerbread, and bread pudding. Ooh, that's good. That's pretty close to what I used to do back in the United States. We always had turkey with stuffing. We had gingerbread. We had bread pudding. Lots of different salads. Oh, yeah. But usually prime rib, too. Oh, that's so good. Let's just say lots of meats, lots of sweets, lots of pies. Definitely pies. You have to have pies. All right, decorate. This is a verb, and this means to add honor to furnish with something ornamental, like decorating a Christmas tree. And that's it. Decorate. Everybody decorates their Christmas tree, right? All right, on to number 12, tidings. Tidings. Say it with me, everybody. Tidings. Okay, tidings tiding is a noun, and this is a piece of news, usually used in plural. What we like to say is we bring you tidings of joy for the holiday season. News of joy. Tidings. And last but not least, our 13th and final vocabulary of the 94th edition of Englishing with Jings, which is Christmas around the world. That was a long sentence. Festive. Festive. Say it with me, everybody. Festive. Okay, festive is an adjective, and it is of, relating to, or suitable for a feast or festival. Joyous and gay. That's it. 94th edition of vocabulary is finished. And it's time to talk about Christmas around the world. Okay, I'm going to start with my people here, or my people in, well, we'll say most of our people are in Hong Kong or Taiwan. It sounds to me like it's pretty much the same in Hong Kong and Taiwan as it is back home in the United States. I mean, you know, you have a Christmas tree, you decorate, you have presents under the tree on Christmas morning or on Christmas Eve. Everybody has a different opinion about that one. And maybe a little bit of food with your family on Christmas Day or on Christmas Eve. It's pretty much the tradition that we have back in Chicago and all around the United States. But like I said early in the show, I learned that the food that they eat in Japan, the common thing to have is KFC. I never knew that before. So they eat Kentucky Fried Chicken for Christmas. Nobody in the United States eats Kentucky Fried Chicken for Christmas. I promise you that. That's a little bit unique. Not strange. Unique. Let's just say Kentucky Fried Chicken's making some money in Japan. That's for sure. All right. You know, I have a little. Okay, hold on one second. Yep, I knew it. I have a little story here that talks about Christmas in 10 different places. In Hong Kong, they do, hold on, KFC in Hong Kong? Or like I said, traditional, like in the United States. And of course, Pizza Hut also. Okay, now you know what? That brings up another thing that I learned a little while, maybe a couple of weeks ago. I have a young student from South Korea, and I asked him what they'll be eating for Christmas, and he told me Pizza Hut. This is crazy to me. So unfortunately, the United States corporate machine is in these countries promoting Christmas. Nobody eats Pizza Hut for Christmas in the United States. Listen, KFC and Pizza Hut are definitely closed on that day. Wow, that's crazy to me. Pizza Hut on Christmas. All right. Oh boy. All right, let's get to the. Oh, if my people back home knew this, they would be angry, I think. That's not a good influence from the United States. I can tell you that right now. Okay, let's share here. Hold on one second. All right, I have a story, like I said. This is Christmas from 10 different locations around the world. Let's see what they have to say. I have not read this beforehand, so I'm not really sure what it's about, but you're going to see some photos from around the world. Okay, so glittering pine trees, Santa Claus, and stockings are part of many people's ideas of Christmas, as I said, but the holiday can look vastly different around the globe. From Europe to Asia to the depths of Antarctica, here's how Christmas is celebrated in 9 places around the world. Croatia is the first country. That's a relatively close country to where I live. We border Croatia here in Serbia. Okay, Christmas celebrations in Croatia begin early with some traditions starting in November. Like other Europeans, Croatians also celebrate St. Nicholas Day in early December, where children leave their shoes out, expecting St. Nick to leave them candies and small gifts. Okay, like this. Now that's actually cool because I recognize all of these gifts because we have those here in Serbia. As a child, I used to leave out a shoe on the window, said Antonio Zdunic, who was born in Croatia. Someone would fill it up with gifts and candies during the night, and I would wake up and be all happy. Many families in Croatia plant wheat on December 13th with the belief that if it grows well, the next year will be prosperous for them, he said. Okay. All right, next we have Sweden. The people of Sweden decorate Christmas trees and exchange presents similar to other parts of the world. They celebrate with Donald Duck too. Last year, more than 4.5 million people, almost half of Sweden's population, watched the 1958 Disney special From All of Us to You. According to the English language European news network, The Local, the show was aired there every year since 1959. Popular foods during this time of the year are meatballs, ham, smoked or marinated salmon, pickled herring, and a potato and anchovy casserole called Jansen's Temptation. Okay, I could do without the pickled herring or potato and anchovy casserole, but the rest sounds good. All right, India, guys. Christmas is a national holiday in India. That's despite only 2.4% of the population being Christian. According to the Pew Research Center, Santa Claus appearances and celebrations in schools are common across India. Cool. Christmas is a pretty important celebration for my family because it's the one time in a year that most of the family gather together. As I said earlier in the show, it's all about family gatherings. It really is. Said Isha Meleth, who is Christian and from the South Indian state of Kerala. We build a Christmas crib nativity scene in front of the house on Christmas Eve. Two popular Christmas dishes are kheer, a type of sweet milk pudding, and kalapam, a coconut and rice pancake, which is more common in southern India. Cool. I'm all about the sweets. Oh, God, here we go. Japan. For most in Japan, Christmas is a secular affair rather than a religious one, of course. And it should be a secular. You don't have to be Christian to celebrate Christmas, that's for sure. Many Japanese people celebrate the holiday much like Valentine's Day, with couples spending the day together. According to JR Pass, a Japanese rail travel company, it is common for people to go on dinner dates and stroll around looking at Christmas lights with their partners. That's another and drive around the city and drink hot cocoa and look for Christmas lights. And just about everybody in Chicago has Christmas lights, but some have crazy Christmas lights, guys. I don't know if you've ever seen A Christmas Vacation, the movie. That actually happens. Okay, one of the most discussed traditions, at least outside of Japan, is the culture's fascination with having fried chicken for Christmas, often from the US fast food chain KFC. There it is. All right. And they show Colonel Sanders as Santa Claus. Wow. I never would have guessed it. Okay, one theory behind Japan's custom of eating KFC on Christmas is that it was a foreigner's food of choice for the holiday since turkey wasn't available. This inspired the company to market it as a Christmas food. Yeah, I knew it. Okay, Boyd says that Hong Kong has the best Christmas lighting. I don't know if I agree with that. Have you seen some of the lighting in Chicago or in New York City? That's up for debate. But I have heard and I've seen some damn good decorations in Hong Kong. One thing I can say is Hong Kong has one hell of a great New Year's Eve fireworks display. Very nice. Very, very nice. One of the best I've ever seen. Okay, more about Japan. A 1974 holiday marketing campaign called Kentucky Christmas launched a practice that is now celebrated by millions of Japanese people, said Tatsuya Noguchi, a KFC Japan representative. According to Noguchi, pre-orders for meals like the Party Barrel or Christmas Pack begin around 7 weeks in advance. Wow. The restaurant chain also sees its highest sales of the year between December 23rd and December 25th, he said. Every year, the busiest day is December 24th, which is about 5 to 10 times busier than the annual average. Wow. KFC, you dirty dogs. Okay, Philippines. Some 92% of the Philippines' 110 million people are Christian. Christmas is the most important time of the year in the Philippines, and the country is said to celebrate the holiday longer than anyone else, from September to January. Wow. Like many Latin cultures, my family in the Philippines celebrates Noche Buena, which is a big celebration on the night of Christmas Eve, said Sienna Cleansing, who is half Filipino. It involves getting together with family, having a big feast, and sharing gifts. This is normal. Ooh, look at that. The whole crispy skinned roasted pig. Lechon, we talked about this. This is barbecue. She said her family stays up, much like New Year's Eve, to wish everyone Merry Christmas as soon as the clock strikes midnight, she added. Another important tradition is Simbang Gabi, which means Mass at night. There's another tradition back in the United States. A lot of people go to what's called midnight Mass on Christmas Eve or early Christmas morning, you can say, where people wake up before dawn to attend Mass for 9 days from December 16th to the 24th. It is believed that those who complete all 9 days can ask for a blessing, Cleansing said. Okay. Fair enough. That's definitely the religious aspect. All right, on to the United Arab Emirates. Though the official state religion of the UAE is Islam, Christmas is celebrated in some parts of the country. It is a particularly big affair in the Emirates of Abu Dhabi and Dubai, where a large number of expats reside, of course. Dubai has lighting ceremonies of large, elaborately decorated Christmas trees like this one at the Al Wasi Dome at the heart of the Expo 2020 Dubai. All right, malls and hotels are often heavily decorated with Christmas trees that span multiple floors, according to Visit Dubai, the Emirates' official tourism site. That's a big tree. Christmas markets, performances, and special holiday menus at restaurants are also common during December. All right. On to Mexico. All right. Christmas in Mexico is marked by large parades with colorful floats and costumes, candy-filled piñatas, and nativity scenes. But one of the country's most popular customs is Los Posadas, a celebration during the 9 days leading up to Christmas. Interesting. Dancers in costumes participate in a traditional Christmas and New Year's parade in Chilpancingo, a city in the Mexican state of Guerrero. Every night, people form a singing procession that is meant to represent Mary and Joseph's journey to Bethlehem, said Mexican food blogger Meli Martinez. Those processions typically culminate at someone's house where everyone gathers for a party with food such as tamales, Christmas punch, and candies, she said. Other popular Christmas foods include pozole, sweet fried dough fritters called buñuelos, and a hot chocolate drink called champurrado, Martinez said. I think I said that one right. Kenya. Okay, Christmas in Kenya. All right, Christmas is a time for migration for many in Kenya. Cities, including the capital of Nairobi, experience an exodus in December as droves of people travel to their hometowns and villages to reunite with their families. Okay, believers of Legio Maria, a religious movement that sprung among the Luo people of Western Kenya, attend an overnight Christmas mass near Ugunja, Kenya. All right, most churches hold a vigil on Christmas Eve where people sing carols and hymns for hours, said Shikriti Mandal, who grew up in Kenya. Come Christmas Day, families and friends have a feast, which often includes barbecued goat or lamb meat called Nyama Choma, said Mandal. Okay. Didn't realize Kenya was big on Christmas. All right, Antarctica. Antarctica has Christmas. Okay, I didn't even know anybody really lives there. Okay, currently the South Pole is home to 70 permanent research stations. Okay, I guess so. Representing 29 different countries, an Arctic and Antarctic tour company. Since the usual commotion of Christmas is missing, stations find creative ways to celebrate amongst colleagues. All right, each of our 5 Antarctic research stations celebrates Christmas in their own way, dependent on the weather. Yeah, exactly, said Kathleen McLean, a representative of the British Antarctic Survey. Some may roast a turkey and eat tinned and frozen vegetables, while others sing carols, watch Christmas films, and play board games, she said. Despite the festivities, research continues since long-term monitoring data still needs to be collected, said McLean. All right, and we're going to talk about the International Space Station has their own Christmas. Okay. Such is the spirit of Christmas that humans have found a way to celebrate it 227 nautical miles above the Earth. According to NASA's website, astronauts aboard the International Space Center have celebrated Christmas, Hanukkah, and New Year's for the past 21 years and have developed a few traditions along the way. Celebrations on the International Space Station include decorating the station, enjoying plastic pouch versions of traditional foods like turkey, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, and cookies, and filming videos of holiday greetings, which are sent back to Earth. Christmas also comes twice on the space station since it falls on January 7th on the Russian Orthodox calendar, which many Russian astronauts follow. Of course. Huh. Okay. And I think that's all they have. Okay. No, that's it. All right. Let's find one more here. Okay, give me 1 second. I saw another one earlier. Okay. All right, we have a few different countries here now. Okay, in Poland, the celebration begins with Christmas Eve dinner, wherein Opletek is shared. It's a pre-dinner wafer, which is paper thin, shaped in the form of a square. The wafer is made of flour and water and has an image of the nativity on it. People break a piece and eat it. Okay. Oh, I'm not sharing. What am I doing? Hold on. Brandon, get with it. Okay, here we go. All right, in Germany, festive Christmas. Okay, I don't need to see that. In Germany, festive Christmas markets can be seen on main squares in many cities, and Christmas trees are set up on December 24th on Christmas Eve. They wait until Christmas Eve to put their tree up. In the US, we put our tree up right after Thanksgiving. So it stays up for at least a month. Here in Serbia, same. Usually past the New Year. That's when you take your tree down. All right, England begins preparing for Christmas as early as mid-November. That's like the United States. People decorate and collect donations from visitors for charity. All right, in Iceland, children keep shoes on the windowsills, just like they do in Croatia, for Yuletide lads or Santa to fill it with gifts. Indian Britain and the US follow similar tradition of keeping stockings by the bed on December 24th night for Santa Claus. In Australia, people hit the beach for a barbecue, a rousing game of backyard cricket, and sing White Christmas songs. In Greece, people decorate boats as well besides Christmas trees as the celebration of seafaring practice. Interesting. What remains common, irrespective of the diverse places all over the globe, is that people look forward to the excitement of the joyous spirit. Exactly. And that's it. That was really short. Okay, never mind. Let's find one more, shall we? Okay. And I found one. Oh, and I get to choose which country. That's even better. All right, let's share. Okay, here we go. Okay. Find out how Christmas traditions and how Christmas is celebrated in lots of different countries and cultures. Okay. No, we don't have much time, so let's do Brazil. Many Brazilian Christmas traditions come from Portugal, as Portugal ruled Brazil for many years. Nativity scenes known as presépio are very popular. They are set up in churches and homes all through December. Christmas plays called Os Pastores, the Shepherds, like the plays in Mexico, are also popular. In the Brazilian version of the play, there's also traditionally a shepherdess and also a woman to steal the baby Jesus. What? Hello, I'm going to say Tatu Chan. Welcome to the show. Although we're almost finished, we're talking about different situations of Christmas around the world. Most people, especially Catholics, will go to a midnight mass, as I mentioned before, or a Missa do Galo, Mass of the Roster. The mass normally finishes around 1 a.m. on Christmas Day. People might go to church again, but this time the services are often in the afternoon. Okay. And after the Missa do Galo, there are often big firework displays, and in big towns and cities, there are big Christmas tree-shaped displays or of electric lights. Okay, we don't have much time. I want to see a couple of different countries here. Hold on. Yeah, let's go to the country I'm living in. Let's go to Serbia. Let's see if they're accurate here. Okay. In Serbia, the main church is the Orthodox Church, and they still use the old Julian calendar, which means that Christmas Eve is on the 6th of January and Christmas Day is on the 7th of January. Advent in the Orthodox Church starts on November 28th and lasts for 6 weeks. During Advent, some people fast and they don't eat food that comes from animals. Okay, on Christmas Eve, they're called Bani Dan during the day and Bani Veche after sunset. Families gather and many people fast and don't eat food that comes from animals. It is the last day of the Christmas fast. Christmas is a very religious holiday, and most people go to Christmas services. This is true. There are a lot of old Serbian traditions associated with the countryside, which have now lost their meaning because more people live in towns and cities. On the morning of Christmas Eve, the father of the family used to go to the forest to cut a young oak called the Badnjak Christmas Eve tree. But today, people just buy one. The Badnjak is then burnt like a Yule log. This is for good luck and good fortune. There are sometimes large bonfires outside churches where oak branches and Badnjak are burnt. This is cool. On Christmas Day, the dawn is greeted with church bells ringing and sometimes people firing guns into the air. The first person to enter a house on Christmas Day is called the Polazniak. The Polaznik. I always say that wrong. And it's thought to bring luck to the house and the family. This is often prearranged, but if the family don't have a good year, they don't ask the same person back, of course. This is the good part. Early on Christmas morning, girls traditionally collected water to bring to their family. This was called strong water and was meant to have special powers. People would drink some strong water and wash their faces in it before having breakfast. I'm talking about this being the good part. At Christmas, a special kind of bread is eaten. It's called sesnica, and it is made in a round shape. Sometimes it's made using some of the strong water. Each member of the family gets a piece, and the house does too. There is a coin hidden in it, and whoever gets the coin will be particularly fortunate in the next year. By the way, I've never got the coin once, and I've been playing this for 16 years. Okay, other popular Christmas dishes include pesanica, roasted pork, sarma, cabbage stuffed with rice and ground meat, and lots of cakes. Oh yeah, it's good. Under the dinner table, there should be some straw as a symbol of the stable cave where Jesus was born. When the straw is spread out, some people make the noise of a chicken. Clucking like a chicken symbolizes that Jesus wanted people to follow him like one big family, like chickens gather together. It's also common for a handful of walnuts to be spread on the straw. In Serbian, Merry Christmas is Hristos se rodi, Christ is born. Vaistinu se rodi, truly born. This is how you greet people on Christmas Day. People in Serbia also celebrate St. Nicholas Day on December 19th. During the time when Serbia was under communist control, after World War II until about 20 years ago, the communist government didn't like St. Nicholas or Santa Claus. So they had their own version called Grandfather Frost or Christmas Brother, who came on New Year's Eve. You know, that's not really true about some of this stuff's not true, actually. I can tell you that people definitely celebrated after World War II here. I think it was more before World War II where that was a problem. Okay. Traditional Serbian customs have also mixed with Western customs. For example, people also have Christmas trees, but they are decorated on New Year's Eve, not on Christmas. That was fairly accurate. Okay. I think we have time for one more. One more. That'll do. All right, where should I do? Let's do some obscure place. Turkey. No. Yeah, why not? I think it's going to be boring. Yeah, never mind. We're not doing Turkey. Okay, how about somewhere in the Middle East or Africa? Hold on, let's see. Iran. Let's see what happens in Iran on Christmas, huh? Okay, of course they're not Christian, blah, blah, blah. Many Armenian Christians live in Tehran in the Jaffa district. Shops in these areas sell Christmas decorations, blah, 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 decorate with lights, da, da, da. Okay. Yalda night. Although Christmas isn't widely celebrated in Iran, there is another important event which happens around the time of Christmas. In Iran, Persian culture, the winter solstice is known as Yalda night or Shab-e Chela. And it's a time when families and friends come together to eat, drink, and recite poetry. Shab-e Chela means night of 40, as it happens 40 nights into winter. The word Yalda means birth and comes from when some early Christians who lived in Persia at that time celebrated the birth of Jesus around the time of the winter solstice. Eating fruits, nuts, pomegranates, and watermelons are important at Yalda Chela, and you can get Yalda cakes, which look like watermelons. Okay. This looks good. Okay. One more. Let's make it a Christian country. See if it's any different. Okay, hold on. How about Georgia? They're Orthodox as well. Okay, in Georgia, Christmas is celebrated on the 7th of January. This is because of the Orthodox Church. They use the old Julian calendar. Okay, it's the same as Serbia. On Christmas Day, many people will go on a alilo, a parade in the streets. They are dressed in special clothes and costumes to celebrate Christmas. Some people carry the Georgian flag. Others might be dressed as people from the Christmas story. Children like taking part in the alilo as they often are given sweets. Carols are sung, and they vary across the country. Many of the songs and carols sung during alilo include these words. I'll never be able to say that. But this means on December 25th, Christ was born in Bethlehem. Okay. The traditional Georgian Christmas tree is called chichilaki. It's made of dried wood, such as hazelnut or walnut branches, which are shaped into long curly strips and form a small tree. Some people say they look like the long white curly beard of Saint Basile the Great. They are decorated with small fruits and sweets. They are traditionally burnt on the day before the Georgian Orthodox Epiphany, January 19th. This is meant to mark the end of the year's troubles. Western Christmas trees are also popular. People get their presents on New Year's Eve. Presents are traditionally brought to children by Tovlis Papa, which is grandfather Snow. He normally wears all white clothing, including a hat and a cloak called a nabadi. The cloak is heavy and very warm as it's made of white sheep's wool. Shepherds wore them in darker colors, but Tovlis Papa has to wear a white one. Interesting. That's it. That's it, peeps. That's going to do it. Okay. All right. You know what? I think we learned quite a bit about different countries and their traditions on Christmas. This was really fun. And we had some good participation today, too. Guys, thank you very much. And I want to wish everybody a happy or Merry Christmas in your area. Actually, I'll see you before New Year's, right? I think. No, I won't. Everybody have a happy New Year as well. But when we see each other, it'll be 2022. So, I'm going to end it like this. I'll see you guys next year. Ciao for now.